With all of the form and ritual that we have on these Tuesday sits, it's, I think, easy to miss what I think is a basic core value of Zen practice, which is just to live a simple life. A lot of the form that we have when we come in as strangers to the practice, or even as people who aren't strange to the practice, but aren't immersed in a monastic lifestyle, for example, it's not such a simple practice. There's a lot of things to remember, and bells here and bows there. So in some ways, the form that we have adds a layer of complexity to life that wasn't there before. But this form, its origin, the reason that it's there, is a simplifier. Where the form comes from is a practice which involves many, many people. And the form is a method for them to practice and live in harmonious community together without a whole lot of talk. So when we come in on a Tuesday night, we might even feel a little bit of anxiety about, am I going to get the form right? But it's important for us to remember that this form is about simplification. How do we simplify our lives? The more familiar we become with the form of a Tuesday night or the form of Zen practice in general, the less it becomes an anxiety-provoking experience, and the more it becomes a relief or a refuge to come into the meditation hall. For the past several weeks, we have been running a residential monastic training program at Zen West, Red Flag Mountain in Suk. And Haku is our resident monastic in training. The experience for me is a very blended one because I live at Zen West with my family as well. And Haku has committed a great deal to come out and practice, to train there. He loaded up all of his belongings for the 3 months and walked from Victoria to Suk, 36 kilometers. He's given up summer to just engage in this practice. And so my practice has been really trying to provide this space, this opportunity for Haku to settle down, to come to stillness. We're very busy in our everyday lives. There are innumerable distractions. I think for a young person in our world today, there are many, many, many things to busy ourselves with, here and there. And for me, this practice of offering a space, offering a place of practice like Zen West, is an opportunity to find stillness, to find simplicity in a very busy, very distracted, very diffuse culture and society. It's been very interesting to participate in this, to engage with Haku in this residential training. It's been very much a process of like watching a jar filled with sand and water that's been shaken, slowly beginning to settle. And I think that's an opportunity that everybody has when it comes to Zen practice. Because Haku's doing this training period, I've sent out messages to our members and associates about opportunities to come and join in the schedule. It's an important opportunity, and it's a real blessing, I think. But it's not an event. I wouldn't even say it's an activity. It's simply an opportunity to clarify and to settle in to the simplicity of life. Each morning we get up early, 4:30 in the morning. We do about an hour of stretching and yoga practice. We do about 45 minutes of zazen. We do about 35 minutes of chanting. There's a little bit of light chore work, sweeping, dusting, breakfast. A short break, independent practice, silence is maintained. There's a work period. Each day's tasks are laid out, and they're simple tasks, simple work, not too involved. We work until lunchtime. Then there's lunch and another independent training time. So we maintain silence again. In the afternoon, there is another hour of zazen. And then there's an hour of assigned study. And then there's dinner. And another brief independent study time or independent practice time. And then in the evening, there is more chanting and zazen, meditation. And then it's closing time. Doesn't sound like much, does it? This summer, we all have an opportunity for a little bit more spacious time, I think. One of the things that I always find so interesting is that as we go through our daily lives feeling so busy, the moment that we have an opportunity to have some time out of the usual schedule, we do everything that we can to busy it up. Oh, I've got a week's vacation. I've got to do this, and this. Oh, and then I'll be ready to go back to work. Whether it's taking the time or taking the opportunity to come out and do a day or a few days or even a week of practice, or whether it's even just committing to doing 30 minutes of practice on your own, in your own home, whether it's taking the opportunity to simplify some aspect of your own life, this is the foundation, the real spirit of Zen practice. At Zen West, in a monastic training practice, it's kind of enforced. I'm like a simplicity coach there. If Haku gets busy chatting or distracted by something, I'm there to say, quiet, independent practice time to sit. I make it easy to simplify. But each of us can find this simplicity ourselves in the midst of our everyday life. And it's important in this practice. We engage in the practice of awakening to this activity as it is, right in front of us. We engage in this practice of sitting still, straight, just breathing, so that we can enter into this awareness of this simple activity of being in this moment just as it is. Once a week we come to this Tuesday where we all support one another, sitting with one another, encouraging each other to be here, to bear witness to the unfolding of the cosmos in this moment. But here isn't the only place that that's happening. It's happening in every moment of your life, in every aspect of your life. in every relationship, in every circumstance. And our practice is just to simplify, to clarify, to let the mind and body come to rest in this simple activity of the unfolding of this moment. Our community is based on providing the opportunity to do this. And over the past 19 years, I have seen the capacity of this community develop from providing opportunities once a week to now providing an opportunity for people to come and stay for as long as 3 months, just engaging in this practice of simplicity, awakening. So, as we go forward, if you find yourself becoming anxious about practice, if you find yourself becoming anxious about form, if you find yourself becoming anxious about maintaining or having to do certain things in order to be a good Zen practitioner, just remember that all it takes is just a moment to stop, sit down, and simply come into awareness of the activity that's unfolding right in front of you in every moment of your life.